A month after Stephanie White left the Connecticut Sun for the head coaching gig with the Indiana Fever, her former team has named her successor. The Sun on Wednesday announced the hiring of Rashid Mazion to be the team's next head coach. The news comes one day after Connecticut promoted Morgan Tuck to general manager in place of Darius Taylor, who is now the team's chief basketball strategist and director of scouting. Mazion, 44, has nearly 2 decades of coaching experience. He is currently the head coach of French basketball club, Villeneuve d'Ascq, and recently coached the Belgian women's national team to a 4th-place finish in the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris. In a statement, Tuck lauded Mazion for his wealth of experience, passion, and a proven track record of success that will help elevate our players and team as a whole. Rashid's dedication and commitment to growing women's basketball, internationally and domestically, brings a unique perspective both on and off the court that aligns with the values and vision of our organization, Tuck said. We look forward to the future under Rashid's leadership and are excited for the positive impact he will have on our team and community. Last season, Mazion led Villeneuve d'Ascq to a Ligue Féminine de Basketball championship. During the 6-game run, Villeneuve d'Ascq beat its opponents by an average of 17.7 points. Mazion's team also finished as a runner-up in EuroLeague last season with a 19-3 regular season record. Mazion will inherit a Sun team that could look very different from 2024. Last season, Connecticut went 28-12 before being bounced in the WNBA semifinals by the Minnesota Lynx. White previously expressed concerns that the Suns' championship window may be closing as several key contributors, including Alyssa Thomas, Dawana Bonner and Brianna Jones, are set to hit the free agency market this offseason. It was widely believed White would be a top candidate for head coaching vacancies this offseason, despite still being under contract with the Sun. She left Connecticut last month to take the same job at Indiana. While the Sun's future is in flux, the Fever have a generational talent in 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year Caitlin Clark to build around, offering a clear path to success. The Fever went 20-20 last season under Christy Sides, who was fired this offseason to make way for White after 2 years at the helm. The WNBA released its 2025 schedule and one of college basketball's best matchups is set to take the court again. Former LSU women's basketball standout Angel Reese returns for a 2nd season with the Chicago Sky. The team opens its season on the road against Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever. The May 17 matchup marks the first of 5 meetings between the squad in the 2025 regular season. 3 of those games will be in Indianapolis with the other 2 in Chicago's Wintrust Arena. The Sunday afternoon matchup in Gainbridge Fieldhouse marks the 5th time Reese and the former Iowa guard will face off at the professional level. The Sky finished with a 1-3 record in matchups with Fever last season. In their first matchup following the 2024 WNBA draft, the Fever took a 71-70 victory in Indianapolis. Reese pulled down a game-high 13 rebounds and scored 8 points. Clark flirted with a double-double as she turned in 11 points and 8 rebounds. The Sky's staff took a new shape in the offseason as Tyler Marsh was named the new head coach in November. He replaced Teresa Weatherspoon, who was fired after 1 season. Reese shared an emotional post on X following Weatherspoon's dismissal, saying, "She was the only person that believed in me. The one that trusted me." Caitlin Clark's former Iowa teammate Jada Jayamfi joked she is set to block the Indiana Fever star on social media after her playful comment. Back in 2023, Clark enjoyed a record-breaking spell at Iowa, leading the Hawkeyes to back-to-back national championship appearances while departing college as the all-time leading scorer in NCAA history. She took the sports world by storm recently, headlining a talented class of 2024 that attracted record audiences and attention to the WNBA. The number 1 overall pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, Clark dominated on the court, finishing as the WNBA Rookie of the Year after posting 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and a league-leading 8.4 assists per game. After the Fever was eliminated in the first round of their first playoff campaign since 2016, Clark is now in her first professional off-season. She is seemingly enjoying her time off, too. Clark is known to poke fun at her teammates and friends on social media, with the guard recently trolling Indiana Pacers all-star Tyrese Halliburton for his toes. On Friday, Clark decided to take aim at former Iowa teammates Hannah Stuelk and Jayamfi after the Hawkeyes pair posted a video of themselves dancing on TikTok. Rather than enjoyably joining in on the action, Clark took to the comments to post, "More film and sleeping. Less TikTok." Jayamfi had posted the TikTok, and she immediately sent a warning to Clark. She responded, "I'm so close to blocking you on socials." The warning was likely in jest to Jayamfi and Stuelk joined Clark playing for Iowa in 2022, which was the WNBA star's third year with the program. The trio played together for 2 years before Clark made the step up to the pros. Clark clearly wants Iowa to continue their hot start to the season. Ranked number 17, the Hawkeyes are currently 8-0 to start the 2024-25 campaign. Stuelk is averaging 14.5 points and 7.1 rebounds per game, while Jayamfi is putting up 2.0 points on shorter minutes. Iowa is next in action on the road against 6-0 Tennessee on Saturday, December 7. Meanwhile, Clark will enjoy the remainder of her offseason before preparing for her sophomore campaign in the WNBA, which tips off in May 2025. The WNBA announced the release of their upcoming 2025 schedule and also revealed an unusual mid-season prize that the likes of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese will be competing for. We're still months away from the start of the 2025 season, but already the stage has been set with the regular season to include 44 games for each team, the most in WNBA history. During the campaign, the WNBA's in-season tournament is also set to take place. The Commissioner's Cup will be played from June 1st to 17th, with the championship game taking place on July 1st, as the regular season pauses to allow the competition to be the center of the calendar. According to the league, all Intraconference Cup games will count toward a team's regular season win-loss record. The winner of the tournament will receive a $500,000 prize pool. In addition, the sponsor of the Commissioner's Cup, Coinbase, will give each player in the championship game $5,000 in cryptocurrency. It will mark the 5th edition of the Cup that was first played in the 2021 season when the Seattle Storm defeated the Connecticut Sun. The Las Vegas Aces beat the Chicago Sky the following year before the New York Liberty then took the cup from the defending champions in the 2023 final. A similar feat repeated itself last season with the Minnesota Lynx defeating the Liberty in a preview of the 2024 WNBA Finals. The league also announced the opening games for each team will be played in the middle of May, with the season tipping off at 7:30 ET on May 16 when the Atlanta Dream play the Washington Mystics while the Lynx take on the Dallas Wings. The Golden State Valkyries will play their inaugural game at home against the Los Angeles Sparks. Meanwhile, the first look at the Rookie of the Year Clark comes as the Indiana Fever begins with a blockbuster contest against Reese's Sky in their first game of the season on Saturday, May 17 at 1 p.m. local time. Clark and Reese will share the court on June 7, July 26, August 9, and September 5. The defending champions, the Liberty, host the Aces in a mouth-watering contest. The Phoenix Mercury host the Storm, while the Sun will have to wait until May 18 to open their season against the Washington Mystics to conclude the opening first round of games. A major change will see the finals now be a best-of-7 series rather than the previous 5. The semifinals will still remain a best-of-5, and the first-round matchups will continue to be a best-of-3, but games will now alternate to allow both teams to host. The WNBA All-Star Game will be held at the home of the Fever, Gainbridge Fieldhouse, on July 19. It is the first WNBA All-Star Game to be held in Indianapolis and could see Clark playing at home if she is selected for the second year running. It's finally happening. The WNBA's newest team and 13th franchise, the Golden State Valkyries, has officially started building its roster. Unsurprisingly, one of their key selections is Edwardsville High School graduate Kate Martin. The 6-foot guard will now move 9 hours west, departing the Las Vegas Aces to join the Valkyries. This league is all about opportunity, and you just need one shot, Martin shared enthusiastically. However, she's not the only one celebrating this new chapter, despite being left unprotected by the Aces. Martin's excitement is echoed by her close allies, Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson. Notably, her selection by the Valkyries wasn't a random occurrence, it was a calculated move by the Aces. Under expansion draft rules, teams could protect 6 players, and unfortunately for the rookie, Martin didn't make that list. Given her popularity on the Aces roster, it came as no surprise that the Valkyries capitalized on the opportunity to draft her. Martin's rookie season included 34 appearances with limited playing time, averaging just 11.5 minutes per game. Her stats reflected this, with 2.6 points, 1.6 rebounds, and 0.9 assists per game. Her role diminished further as the Aces core players regained their health. Over the final 15 regular season games, she saw double-digit minutes only 3 times and logged just 3 minutes total during the playoffs. It's evident that Martin wasn't a priority for the Aces. But with Valkyries, she is expected to find new opportunities, answering her excitement and that of her loved ones. While Martin's journey has taken unexpected turns, it has also brought valuable opportunities. She spent nearly a year with the then reigning champion Aces, where she developed a close bond with MVP A'ja Wilson. "My baby, so happy for you. You're a gem. Now we gotta give you and Natalie Nikasi, 50, Wilson said in a heartfelt statement, referencing their special handshake and camaraderie. Martin's future with the Valkyries looks promising. Her contract runs through 2026, with a team option for 2027, before she becomes a restricted free agent in 2028. It looks like a healthy new chapter for the 24-year-old, and her former teammates are all here for it." Aces veteran Alicia Clark humorously commented on X, "Damn money," while Chelsea Gray added, "Money Martin," referencing to the nickname given by Becky Hammon for her scoring and ability to be in the right place at the right time. "She makes people better," Kelsey Plum had said, speaking of the moniker. "There is nobody quite like Caitlin Clark right now." The Indiana Fever star is transcending not only women's basketball, but basketball as a whole, and the records just keep falling for the former Iowa Hawkeye. Even now, in December, months after the season's end, Clark is still racking up records. A one-of-a-kind card autographed by Clark has recently sold for almost $250,000, $234,850 to be precise, becoming the second highest sale for any women's sports card. Now, Clark just behind the tennis and sporting legend that is Serena Williams. Williams' Path card holds the record at $266,400. It isn't the first time that a Clark card has made waves this year either. In September 2024, she had the highest-selling women's basketball card at just $84,000, but this latest sale has blown that figure out of the water. This card shows Caitlin in her Fever gear, and it had sold for $10,000 on WNBA draft night. Clark has recently joined a group bidding to secure an NWSL franchise in Cincinnati, and the WNBA star is taking as active an involvement as possible. It is clear that her involvement is helping to elevate things to another level, just as has been the case in the WNBA since being drafted from a successful NCAA career with the Hawkeyes. With all of this, and more, to consider, it's easy to see why fans of the 23-year-old believe her to be the most marketable person around at the moment. What's frightening, though, is that she's only getting started. Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark is known to be a jokester on social media, but the guard might have taken things a bit too far with her former Iowa teammates. Caitlin Clark's cheeky banter seems to have playfully stirred the pot with her former Iowa colleague Jada Jayamfi, who jestingly threatened to block the WNBA sensation on social media following a witty remark. In 2023, Clark had a remarkable stint with Iowa, taking the Hawkeyes to successive national championship games and exiting as NCAA's highest-ever scorer. She burst into the limelight with an impactful 2024 class that boosted WNBA viewership records. As the 2024 WNBA Draft's top pick, Clark wowed fans, clinching the WNBA Rookie of the Year title with game averages of 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and a league-high 8.4 assists. Although the Indiana Fever's playoff run was cut short, Clark is relishing her first pro offseason. Not one to shy away from a playful jab, she recently teased NBA star Tyrese Halliburton about his feet. This time, after spotting a TikTok dance video by fellow Hawkeyes Hannah Stuell and Jayamfi, Clark couldn't resist commenting, "More film and sleeping. Less TikTok." Jayamfi, who uploaded the video, playfully hit back at Clark, saying, "I'm so close to blocking you on socials." The warning was likely a playful jest to Jayamfi, and Stuell joined Clark at Iowa in 2022, marking the WNBA star's third year with the program. The trio played together for 2 years before Clark made her professional leap. Clark is clearly rooting for Iowa to maintain their strong start to the season. Currently ranked number 17, the Hawkeyes have kicked off the 2024-25 campaign with an impressive 8-0 record. The Elk is averaging 14.5 points and 7.1 rebounds per game, while Giamphy is contributing 2.0 points in fewer minutes. People love nothing more than to talk about Caitlin Clark, whether those speaking love her or hate her. Once again, the Indiana Fever star is at the center of attention after Temi Fagbenle was selected by the Golden State Valkyries in Friday's expansion draft, seeing her leave the Fever. WNBA fans were left shocked that the Fever hadn't taken the decision to protect their backup center, which saw her picked up by Golden State. The new franchise, as per expansion rules, had the ability to select one player contract or negotiating rights from each of the pre-existing 12 teams, with Fagbenle being their choice from the Fever. They chose 10 other players, only sparing the Seattle Storm.